Ladies and gentlemen, more players on the way out. We've already heard rumours around Ruben Loftus-Cheek. There's concrete talks about Ruben Loftus-Cheek to AC Milan. Fabrizio Romano, what he tweeted yesterday, he retweeted that again. So you know something's going on with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. We've already heard about Edouard Mendy, some links with Spurs, and now, which we've heard previously, but it's coming from Fabrizio Romano even more. So in regards to Kovacic, that he's potentially not in Pochettino's plan. So let's talk about this.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the latest in Chelsea news over the last 24 hours or so. And the sale, the player sale, the yard sale, the garage sale, whatever you want to call it, it is in full swing at the moment. We need to get rid of a lot of players. That is the notion of the football club at the moment. And do you know what? I'm actually, as I've said many times previously, I'm more excited about players leaving as opposed to players coming in. Now, first up, ladies and gentlemen, Pochettino is not obsessed with keeping Mateo Kovacic. There is a concrete chance he will leave. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano. As for Mason Mount, Pochettino will push, but it remains a complicated negotiation, and an agreement is still not closed. Priority for Liverpool and Arsenal can also be mentioned. Arsenal's name is getting floated around for Mason Mount. They're already in for Declan Rice. They want all the friends together, Mason Mount, Declan Rice, and don't forget Jorginho there as well, just to add culture, just to add a bit of Twitter war in that whole situation. Can you imagine? Jorginho, Mount, Declan Rice in the same team. Wow. I thought that was never going to be possible. It might have been possible at Chelsea Football Club. Now maybe it's going to happen in Arsenal. But coming back to the situation of Mateo Kovacic, I've made it quite clear in recent times that, look, one, I personally think Mateo Kovacic is one of those players that have been affected since Thomas Tuchel has left. He was so close to Thomas Tuchel, and you can see in his demeanor, like the way he plays for Croatia, it's not the same way he's been playing for Chelsea Football Club this season particularly. And maybe it's time for him for a new start. He has given it his best, I suppose, at Chelsea Football Club, won the Europa League, Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup. So he's done quite a lot. Should have won one of the domestic cups, to be honest. Featured in quite a few FA Cup finals. So should have got one of them secured in the bag. But we need more. We need more, much like Ruben Loftus-Cheek in midfield. We need more. Kovacic, look, very similar in style with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, can drive from midfield. Obviously, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, very physical. Do you know what? Kovacic is physical in his own way, where he doesn't necessarily get dispossessed. The thing with Kovacic is obviously the superior part from Ruben Loftus-Cheek and the superior part from most of the other midfielders that we have, apart from maybe Enzo Fernandez, is Kovacic is extremely press resistant. Like when you want to play out from the back, and the opposition is pressing you to your throat, Kovacic, best believe, can wriggle out of those situations and then break through midfield to create a bit of a chaos up front. Now, the thing with Kovacic is sometimes when he does break through midfield, the passing in the final third is not always there. And then sometimes when the passing is there, and this is not his problem, the finishing isn't there from our forwards. The other factor is Kovacic, that shooting ability. If he just had that shooting ability, man, he gets himself into some really good positions outside of the box sometimes, and he could have, gobbled up some goals. But right now, that's not the case. And on top of that, he's injury prone as well. Every season now, he's missing good portion of matches. So look, Mateo Kovacic. I mean, if you look at our midfield situation, we already know Enzo Fernandez is staying. Don't forget Andre Santos, the youngster. He's going to come back. N'Golo Kante potentially going to sign a contract extension. Mason Mount seems like Pochettino really wants him. I still feel, how are we actually going to do Mason Mount? Like, how's that actually going to happen, this contract extension? Because you're going to have to pay him the money. He wants the money. That is the biggest factor. Then the whole image rights, this, that, the other. No European football. And then on top of that, he'll probably demand starting position. And I don't know whether he's going to be getting a starting position on a regular basis, knowing the kind of players that we're going to have in the squad. So, look, Kante, Enzo Fernandez, Andre Santos. We're looking to get a defensive midfielder. Potentially, I don't know what the future holds for Conor Gallagher. I mean, some sources are saying that maybe Pochettino might keep Conor Gallagher. So, look, just like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who is surplus to the cause, maybe Kovacic is as well surplus to the cause at the moment. And we want to add new faces in midfield, right? We've been linked with Romeo Lavia. And then potentially, and also, Alexis McAllister from Brighton. So potentially, not only we're looking to get a defensive midfielder, but also another additional midfielder on top of that. So, and don't forget Chukwuemeka as well. We keep forgetting Chukwuemeka. I still would put Chukwuemeka part of the midfield. So plenty of options moving forward, man. And Kovacic, maybe it's the right time to move on. Right time to move. If we get a good offer for Mateo Kovacic at the end of this season, he'll have one more season left. We need, potentially in the market, we could get somewhere around 35 to 40 million for Mateo Kovacic at least. He's still a quality player. He's been linked with Manchester City. He's been linked with Bayern Munich. I think he's recently been linked with Man United as well. So we should be able to fetch a good amount of money. And I think you guys predominantly will agree that this is probably the right time to part ways with Mateo Kovacic. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this situation. So this more sales. The sales continue. Now I'm bringing in this particular news. I know this isn't a Chelsea news, but it's a particular player we've talked about, and is an option that we've floated around in the fan base in regards to defensive midfield position. But it looks like he's Barcelona bound. Xavi confirms, I consider Zubimendi as an extraordinary pivot top player. He understands the game very well. He dominates with and without the ball. Zubimendi plays kind of football that we like here at Barca. It's our style. There you go. Sergio Busquets, as you guys already know, is finishing up with Barcelona. And Zubimendi is a particular name that we've wanted at Chelsea Football Club if we don't get the likes of Declan Rice and Caicedo and whatnot. Looks like Declan Rice is Arsenal bound. But Zubimendi is in Xavi's radar. So once Xavi, and Barcelona come knocking on your door, Zubimendi will do his level best to go to Barcelona. So we can all forget about Zubimendi as well now. João Felix has replied to an Instagram post saying Newcastle are the only club willing to pay 100 million for him. So there was a particular post that was floating around. I'll show you guys that post. Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. Yeah, this is the post. It was an Instagram post, and then João Felix responded by saying, "Just a bunch of know-it-alls." Look, João Felix, I think he really wants to stay at Chelsea Football Club. I really do. He's not really entertaining anything else. I don't think he's entertaining going back to Atletico Madrid, and I don't think he's entertaining going to any other club. He wants to stick around at Chelsea Football Club, and why not? Let's see if we can have him for another season of loan, and let's see what he does on the Pochettino. So it could be very, very fruitful, as I've said, and I think you guys will all agree as well. But I want to hear you in the comment section too. He's got the skill set. He does have the skill set. It's just a matter of giving him the right environment under a stable condition with a good manager. Hopefully, Poch, can get the best out of him, and getting the best out of João Felix will mean the world for us. So why not? But this was the situation, and all the Newcastle fans off the back of this are now on Felix's case. Social media is mad. Arsenal haven't taken their eyes off the ball in other positions as well. So that advanced midfield position, sort of that number 8, the more creative role is something that if Arsenal can fill, they will look to do. That's what the likes of Mason Mount are among their targets. We don't know what extent, and there is also competition. So this comes from David Einstein in regards to Mason Mount. Look, where it all sort of falls apart for me is when they say sort of the number 8, which is fine. He is a number 8, Mason Mount, the more creative role. Come on. I think this is where Mason Mount can improve a lot. He's not an out-and-out creative midfielder. He's not predominantly a creative midfielder. Do you know what I mean? Who creates plethora of chances, match in, match out. That's not him. So, look, they could potentially do with a player like Mason Mount in midfield, along with Martin Odegaard, and don't forget Declan Rice as well. They need depth, I suppose, for Champions League next season, and they will probably want to go as far as possible in not just Champions League, but in the Premier League as well. So I can understand the rumours, but Mason Mount fits. If he does leave Chelsea Football Club, he fits Liverpool. He would absolutely be dynamic under Jurgen Klopp. So look, I don't know. I don't know about Arsenal. Look, Arsenal could be interested. Yeah, for sure. It's a London club, so Mace doesn't have to move. But I can't imagine how Mason Mount goes from Chelsea Football Club to Arsenal. If anything, he'll probably go to Liverpool, being away from London. And we'll see. We'll see if Mason Mount sticks around being a Chelsea player. There's too many different points that needs to be sorted with Mason Mount. Money factor. He's not going to accept 150, 160, 170, or even 180. There are players that are on 200 plus. He's going to want more. Do you know what I mean? Who have not done enough as Mason Mount has. We just find ourselves in the conundrum that no European football next season, and we want to reduce our wage structure. So and maybe Chelsea Football Club just simply doesn't see Mason around that 200k mark. And then, as I said, what formation are we going to play under Pochettino? If it's a 4-2-3-1, where does Mason play in a 4-2-3-1? He'll have to be a number 10. Don't forget Nkunku. Don't forget, João Felix wants to stay at Chelsea Football Club. So, and if it's a 4-3-3, okay, maybe an opportunity in midfield. But then again, there'll be competition. There'll be immense competition. There'll be Enzo Fernandez. There'll be N'Golo Kante. We want to get a defensive midfielder. There's Andre Santos. We might get another midfielder on top in the likes of Alexis McAllister or Romeo Lavia. So it's not clear-cut. It is not clear-cut. And these are some of the things that we'll have to overcome. And I don't know if we will. More injuries, ladies and gentlemen. Benoit Badiashile is out of Sunday's game against Manchester City due to an injury. He joins an ever-growing injury list. He didn't want the smoke off Manchester City, man. And I don't blame him. Mount, James, Chilwell, Kante, Cucurella, and Koulibaly are also unavailable for Sunday. This is something we have to rectify next season. This is something that Pochettino has to focus. Why are our players getting injured so often throughout the season? Even the likes of Badiashile, who just arrived in January. Like, look at this list already. Mount, James, Chilwell, Kante again injured. Do you know what I mean? Cucurella, Koulibaly injured. I think the third time maybe this season. Koulibaly's been injured quite a few times. Like, what is going on? What is going on? It's something. Poch needs fit players next year. We're going to thin out our squad, and if we then have 5, 6, 7 injuries, we're going to be hurt next season. We have to find a way to keep players fit. Now, Frank Lampard on Erling Haaland. When I was last at Chelsea, I was really keen to get him here. His level was clear when we played against him at Salzburg. I think he's special. I thought he would adapt straight away because of his level. I was certainly pushing it, but I'm not sure how big the appetite was elsewhere to take him. There was certainly competition and a buyout clause that was reasonable considering the level of the player. Look, one thing I have to say, predominantly, Frank Lampard, he's got good talent ID. He seeks out good players. My only concern is, had Erling Haaland made that switch to Chelsea Football Club during that time, I don't know if Frank Lampard could have got the best out of Erling. Because Frank, to be honest, is not a manager. He can identify talent, but Erling Haaland, if he came to Chelsea Football Club, I feel like he would have flopped. Because we don't have the caliber of players to give him the kind of service he's getting at Man City. So I'm glad Haaland didn't do that mistake because now he's reaping the benefits of being at City. He's scoring goals left, right, and center. He's breaking records left, right, and center. And he's about to be part of a treble-winning team in his first season at Manchester City. That's mad. Frank Lampard on doing a guard of honor for Manchester City. If Arsenal lose on Saturday, we will do a guard of honor. I did it myself as a player, so it's no problem. We want to be respectful. No problems. Look, I think we should respect. If Arsenal lose tomorrow, then come Sunday, Man City don't even need to win against us. They're going to be champions for sure. I truly hope that's the case. I hope Arsenal don't win. And Man City can go out there and not really worry about this game and really just save us, man. Like, have mercy on us. We don't need a pounding. Just be nice, be kind, man. We're just there for the atmosphere. We're just there for the vibes. We're just there to be part of the situation. We're not here to be mauled. We're not here to be abused. Please, just let us be. Let us be. So let's see what happens. Look, we'll talk about the match tomorrow. Probably do some sort of a preview tomorrow. But yeah, these are the news that's floating around, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts in regards to the Kovacic situation. That's the most important one that's going through at the moment. And yeah, are you okay? Are you okay for him to leave? And if he does leave, what sort of replacement are you looking for at Chelsea Football Club? And let me know in the comment section below. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Destroy the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Let's pick up the subscription, guys. Let's try and reach 23,000 as soon as possible. And yeah, the daily live streams will continue now. All the news are heating up about players leaving, and transfer news are really spicing up as well. So live streams on a daily basis will be rock and rolling. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya.